Now we have audio. Very cool. All right. Bring that dude up here. Howdy, folks. My name is Dave. I'm a woodturner. I started this channel to become a better teacher and a better demonstrator, and to become a better turner myself. And I say that because the more that I work with other turners as a turning instructor from beginner to advanced, the more that stuff gets cemented in my own head. And I'm always exploring all the utility I can get out of my tools. I love exploring different aspects about wood turning. So that stuff gets passed on to the people that, my students. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. It's a little chilly today, but not quite as chilly as yesterday, I think. I'm not sure. Yesterday, and you can definitely please check out my YouTube, like and subscribe. Yesterday I turned a bowl with a skew, just using skew. A little bit more advanced turning, but still doable. And today I'm not sure. I've got a nice piece of maple here. Let's turn this camera down, and I will definitely try to keep an eye on the camera because I'm definitely fogging it up with my breath while I'm working here. So I will definitely try to keep an eye on this camera to hopefully catch it so where it's not fogging over so often. So I've got this chunk of maple crotch wood. So I'm going to make it round to start with. I don't know exactly. I'm thinking hollow form, but I don't know exactly what's going to happen to it yet. And I just got done cleaning the ways on my lathe, so things should slide around a little bit nicer. So let's start with this guy. I always want to start on the balance point if I can. It's the first thing I go for to help limit any vibration to the process here. And this guy is actually still green. It is frozen. I feel like, yeah, there's a little bit left there. Pretty close to the balance point. Let's try that. As long as wherever I turn it, it doesn't want to gravitate to a different spot. That looks pretty good. And I'll try not to bump this secondary camera. Let's see, could I take that back some? First time chatter, Aaron1236. Hey, Aaron. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have some interest in wood turning, or maybe you're a wood turner yourself. And if you want to catch any past broadcasts, I do have a YouTube channel. I should actually just put that in chat. I know it's it's YouTube at Dave Reif and all that stuff, but let's put that in there. Test, test. There we go. Okay, cool. We're back. Thank you, sir, very much. All right, bye.
What do you make it? It's a hollow form base?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Something fun, man.
Well, it looks like fun.
Groovy. Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Okay,
Bye. All right, so I lost internet connection there for a second, which I thought might be an issue this evening because there are outages all over the area for Spectrum. There we go. I'll use that. I was thinking, man, I should get a larger gouge. And I already own one. So, I can put it in this handle over here. And use this handle for levirage. And take the 1/2 inch spindle gouge out. Duh, Dave, you have a larger gouge. It's been a while since I've hauled something large with a spindle gouge. So I think this should help with some of the vibration issues. So if I start a new borehole, oh yeah, I can get all the way down with that. If I can, it's knocking it out of there. Let me see how am I going to clean this up. Should have started with the larger gouge, but forgot. I guess didn't think about it. Then I had it unhandled. All right, let's check this wall thickness here. That's pretty close. I think I'll go thinner. Yeah, for some reason this wood smells like buttered popcorn, man. It's not a bad smell. Straighten up my entry hole there. Well, what I don't want is I want a smooth surface here. I don't want it all choppy because then as it's riding, the tool's riding across that surface, it can bump around. So I want to keep that fairly smooth and straight, but not too thin because I'm using it as a fulcrum. I'm getting about 3/4 of the way down already. So that's nice. Getting some really nice clean cuts. I don't think I need to open this up anymore yet, but let's take a look in there. I see. I guess I might need my bowl gouge for that one, so we'll grab the bowl gouge. Or a longer one, actually. Let's get the long guy out here. I tend to use my tools until there's no flute left, and this is really close to... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I thought this was on. It's really close to the end of its life, but it's still still doing the job for now. So I'll put my longer bowl gouge in there. What I'm doing is I'm cleaning off that bottom, and this 60-degree grind will let me get that. At least I'm thinking it will. Nope, wrong gouge. Goodness. There we go. All right, let's see our depth here. I'm right there. So about 3/4 of the way down. All right. And I want to take that wall thickness. Man, even thinner than that. Bring some of that material out of here. And I'm not sure if you can actually see that on the camera. Let's bring this down a little bit. So I'm getting burn marks on the outside because this steel is rubbing up against it. Okay. You know, I think I still want to go thinner. You know, let's open this dude up a little bit. Oh, that's another problem. Yeah, now my tool rest is a little high. Because that half-inch bowl of spindle gouge was smaller diameter. Yeah, I'm getting a lot less vibration with this. Okay. I can get a better handle on how thin that is. It's just about right, actually. There we go. I'll take that. What? Let's try that again. Oop. That's right, I left it out so I could get to it. So I'll rotate it a little bit. Get a fresh bite. Really want to make sure this is secure. Yeah, that's a really good wall thickness. I can live with that. All right. They're almost even. think I created a little bit of tear out, sure as heck did. Okay, that's gone. So that's pretty even. Now I need to go to right about there. Reaching so far, I'm getting some vibration. So let's see how far I can get this guy in there. No rubbing. Sweet! And all this just in case I don't have a hollowing system with me. How about that? I wish my compressor was running all right. It just is not. You know, I'm going to turn it on anyway just to blow this stuff out. So we'll all be listening to the compressor a little bit. Much as I hate to say it. Okay. Nice. Make sure it's not ribbing on anything. Just working the bottom right now. With the bowl gouge. Yeah. So what's my depth here? Oh man, I'm like right on the money. That is awesome. Okay, so I just need to clean up the bottom and then get a little bit up in here. So I will do that with the spindle gouge. Ooh, after I put a fresh edge on it. That's not sharp enough to do much but cut butter. And I wanted to cut like butter. Cut through things like they were butter, not cut like. Not be dull enough not to cut butter. Am I making sense? I don't know. All right, I'll put a quick redress of the edge on this dude. I really would like to get another camera. I will eventually to get over here by the, by the grinder. So you can see my setup and see how I sharpen my tools. That's pretty good. Not quite right. Come on. It doesn't help that I'm really picky on my grinds, but I want them to be repeatable every single time. I don't want to have good grind one time and then, a kind of mediocre grind the next time. Because I want this to be a therapeutic experience and not one that's going to beat me up. I think that got it. Check in better light. Okay. Take care of that. Nope. Grind is almost there. Sorry, folks. This is just it's got to be right. Think that did it. There we go. Got it. Now I'll get over here in the good light and go, oh no, that's not quite right. Yep, that'll work. Pretty sure. Okay. Cap no behave Dave Rife. Hey, how's it going? Wow, you got. That's wild. It's like the whole. Oh, that part of chat went red. So for some reason, your chat is showing up with a red background. But hey, man, how's it going? Since you're here, I don't know. I was curious. When you got on last night, I didn't get an answer. So I'm just curious if your entry into the pop exhibit was accepted, made it through the jury process. Because mine did not. which is okay with me because now I can go on my web store, and it is actually in my web store now. Whoops, hello. There we go. Yeah. Whoa, that's a big bark inclusion on the inside. This little guy here actually goes all the way along that curve and then shows up out here. Now I need to clean that again. I'm just fogging up this camera. So that actually on the inside goes all the way out to here, so I got to be really careful with that. I think what I'm going to do because of that is switch to a negative rake scraper. I've got everything from here up. It's a nice clean surface on the inside. It's just that little bottom part that I got to get to. So we will do that. Let me see, I should be a little bit above center, and that's below. There we go. Hello. Did I catch that? I think I might have caught that. Bark inclusion on the inside. Let's see. Yep. That's right. That'll clean up pretty good. Okay. How about right there? Blow that out again. Lots and lots of shavings. Let's see. I got any problems? Nope. It's all just in the bottom. Okay. So I got a really, really nice even wall thickness. Shoot, man, all the way to right here. So I just have to deal with the bottom. And I think I better reset this in the chuck because now I've got a little vibration. So we'll rotate it a little bit, get a new bite. We want that flat against the face of the jaws so that we have a better chance of it running through. There we go. This Steve Center tool rest is just flipping awesome, man. Okay, now we're on to the very, very bottom. Goodness gracious. Too far off of the tool rest. There we go. That's a much better experience. Oh yeah, very nice. All right, so I got a little bit to do just here on the sidewall, and then the nub in the bottom. I can get that. Let's check my depth. I should be like right at my final depth, and I am. All right, let's try this another way. Not that guy, this guy. Or did I get it already? No, not quite. There we go. I'm sticking so far off a tool rest that it's making it a little bit difficult to make safe contact, but I'm just about done. So, and yes, this would probably be a lot easier with a hollowing system, but as I've said, I developed this technique for those times when I don't actually have a hollowing system available, traveling or whatever. I don't know, I'm at somebody's shop somewhere without a hollowing system, and I really didn't want to drag all that out today. Not that it's, I don't know, that just makes it sound really bad. I just didn't want the hassle of setting it up. Not that it's a huge hassle, but then it's like other things getting in the way. Okay, so I got just a little bit down there. Let's move this tool rest over a little bit so I'm not hanging off so far. Make sure I'm not rubbing anywhere. Okay. And she's slowly starting to change shape. Hopefully that did it. I think so. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. I could use a new burr, so I'll do that real quick. And hopefully be done pretty, it should be done pretty soon with this particular piece. I really want to turn this compressor off. It's so cold that all the joints, everything, and letting the air escape. And so it can't, well, for one, even to get it to run in this cold weather has been a challenge. Oh, no, you don't. All right, let's raise this up just a bit. There. Now, that was a heck of a catch. Bottom's clean though. Ah, heck. All right. And this is the first time I've actually done a shape like this with top cutting techniques. So it's really good practice for me. It just means I got to go along with the lumps too. All right. Now, the bottom is clean. Golly. All right. We'll go the other direction. No, we won't. All right. This might call it right here. Let's take a look. Wrong way. All right. I can go the other direction. Well, this is good. I haven't had these kinds of issues in quite a while, so this is good. Whoa, no, 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 you're not using that. Yep, we're going to call that, and I'm just going to have to attempt. I think I'll put this guy in the freezer, and then I will probably just go ahead and drag out the hollowing system to finish this out. I can't quite get the tool rest in the right position because of the way this is necked down, and so it's just causing me trouble here. It's really clean except for that one spot. And I can't quite get it because, well, let me try this. Yeah, it's just, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to give it one more try to see if I can get the tool rest and everything in the right, angles and all that stuff. Because I don't think that I can. Although I could be wrong. I may have gotten it to just the right spot. I can clean all that up. It's coming along really nicely. All right, a little bit more. Almost got all of that. So yeah, actually, I'm changed my mind again. I may actually be able to complete this. First time chatter. Archetype Pays Store. Cheap viewers on StreamGoo. Yeah, another bot. Well, welcome to the channel, bot. Appreciate you coming by. Putting something in chat for me. Thank you. Good golly, stop that shit. So yeah, this is a little bit, it's not a terrible struggle, it's just a little bit challenging because I'm just finding it difficult to get to the right angle. Still got a good burr. Let's blow that out, but I'm just about there. I mean, it's like so close. So close. Let's drop this a little bit. Let's see if that helps. It's just right there. Just getting a terrible leverage point. Oh, I think that might have got it though. It's just an absolutely terrible leverage point here. So we'll go with the bull gouge. In theory, maybe we won't. Screw this up one more time in the jaws. And I think we about got it licked. And then I can flip this dude around and finish off the bottom. I picked a good. Main camera is off view. Oh, I must have hit that one. This is, yep, I did. Thank you. Hit it with my head, I think. All right, let's blow that out. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to, man, I just don't want to give up. Pretty sure my okay. All right, let's do this. Because I need to be a little closer to that wall on this side. None of that's gonna rub. Something's rubbing. Still rubbing. Well, I guess I'll have to just rotate that a little bit that direction. Still gonna rub. Come on, get up there. There we go. Okay. Just, there isn't much to get. I just don't want to give up. I'm stubborn like that sometimes. Camera still on view? Yes. All right. That actually got it. And I got a really good wall thickness. So the damage that I caused here should clean up pretty easy. Feels like I missed something. There it is. So I've got my scraper up at an angle, just getting that burr at a really steep angle to get a shear cut. I got just a little bit left there. Which coincidentally is also how you turn burrs with a negative rake scraper, or beads with a negative rake scraper. That's nice. All right. All right, I can turn that thing off now. Hooray. I don't mind so much like when I'm able to wear earplugs and all that, but, and I guess I could. Nobody's talking to me, it's all text. Man, if I could just clean that up. Let's go with this guy. One more attempt. Oh, I gotta blow that out first. Ah, yes. Yes. The trusty spindle gouge. My trusty spindle gouge. Hell yeah. Yeah, that needs another burr. There is no burr on that right now. I don't know if you can hear behind me. The air escaping from the compressor. That should do, I think. Let's see. Let's get. There we go. Yes. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That got it. Almost all that cleaned out. That is beautiful. I will take it. I'm going to spring that nub off in the bottom. It's just a tiny dude. This is hard on the neck. Getting that. You know, I guess a bottom feeder also would be really handy right here. Let's move this up and this over to there. And that should hopefully let me get that little nub on the bottom if I can get this flashlight in the right spot. Ah, it's just this angle. angle's got me kind of. There. I think that did it. Yes. Okay, so there's just a little bit of a nub in there. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe get some sandpaper on a stick. But the fact that I can't get my tool in the right position is frustrating. There we go. All right, so I think I can handle that. Actually, I've got a small sander that I can get right down in the bottom with. So let's take this guy. Clean that up. So as you can see, I mean, you work with what you got, and nobody's immune from having extra issues to deal with on the lathe. You know, I mean, there's even turners who've been turning for years and years and years, every once in a while have an upset. So don't feel like if you get into that situation that you're a terrible turner, because it happens, man. It just happens sometimes. Okay. Groovy. I'm liking that except for the nub in the bottom, but I'll be able to get that with a sander. So let's turn this guy around and turn off the bottom, the foot. You can see here, getting a little bit of a split right there, and that is not in the bark inclusion, and it's also not on the inside. So this is starting to dry pretty quick. All right, let's see, how's about, will that fit? Let's not use that. Let's use the big guy. Normally when I'm using a jam chuck, I really prefer having the jam chuck on the outside of a piece, like in this case, having the jam chuck around the outside of that rim to hold everything in place, rather than trying to put a jam chuck into that and hopefully, you know, and possibly spreading that out. I don't want that to happen. So I can get rid of this chuck now. Because I don't want to split the piece, I just want to turn the bottom away and finish that foot. And this is on a face plate, so that should work. I'll need to adjust the size by a little bit. So we'll do that. Wrong drawer. There you are. Almost. I also want to try to leave a little bit of room for a piece of leather. Well, now that's too big. All right, start over. It's got to be right. All right, just a little bit bigger now. That should do, I think. Yep, just enough. So let's try not to drop that while we're reaching all the way over here. Main camera, oh, that was the last one. Main camera off view. And you know what? Well, no, it's not now, but yeah, that's a good jam, Chuck. All right. Bring up the tailstock because I need my live center happening here. I don't need the box scraper anymore. You know what? I think it might make a little bit of sense to find that center again. So we'll grab this guy and a pencil. I had a pencil right there. What am I doing? I'm being silly. On a relatively flat surface to register off of. And this is not that, but it will be soon. Okay, there we go. So, again, you are responsible for your own safety. I guess I should probably say that, but always err on the side of safety where you can. And safety meeting, be safe. There you go. So I kept after this because I feel like my turning skills should be up to the task, but not taking into account that really wild angle down on that bottom of that holoform. So next time I will be aware of what I'm working with. There we go. Okay, leather, holoform, jam chuck. That went too far, didn't it? Oh, no, okay. So this is a whole lot more stable with the jam chuck grabbing it around there than it would be otherwise. And so that's why I like using, at least on a holoform like this, jam chuck this way. So somehow we're not quite centered. So we will go this way a touch. That was a touch too much. Almost. And part of the problem I'm going to deal with here probably, well, it's not a probably, part of the issue that I'm dealing with here is that the piece is wanting to change shape on me. But here we go. Let's lower that tool rest a little bit. I think that'll be a good foot right there. Grab a small spindle gouge. Get the feeling my, oh, yeah, got to raise the tool rest for that tool. Yeah, this works so much better when you have that stuff set up properly. Oddly enough. Stop being a tool. Alright. Then I'll take this. And we'll round that off so we have a beaded foot. I think I just need to do a little bit of sanding there, but I think I'm also gonna turn it a little bit. Let's get rid of that tool mark. All the way into the center. And we'll take just a little bit out here. Very, very fine cut. Then I can sand that. Get rid of the tool rest. Grab some abrasive. And a fresh piece of abrasive, which was right over here. Oh, I'll just throw it on the Grex sander there. Pretty close to having that done too. And then we'll let it go through its drying process. There we go. Heck yeah. All right. I'll definitely live with that. Nothing new on chat, so all right. Then I'll hit that with my wax. Yeah, dude, that looks nice. I wonder if I can get away with... Well, first of all, let's check, make sure this is actually concave. It's almost concave. So bring back the tool rest. And we'll raise it up to the proper height. There we go. And now it's concave. That's just a pretty piece of timber right there. I really do like working with crotchwood. It has so many cool features in it. I'm gonna grab the wax really quick, finish this dude off. I think I'm gonna sign it too while it's there before I snap off that, or cut off that tenon on the bottom, and then I can do a little quick sanding. Actually, I can do it now. I'll just have to start the compressor again. So you know what, while I'm doing this, I'll also do that. I just lost a tool to the shavings. So I gotta go over there, so let's do this first. Oh, I almost wrote 24 on there again. Ooh, that was close. Almost put 2024 on there. All right. Paper towel. How are we doing on time. Actually, not bad. Cool. I actually got to finish the piece. I hope it survives the drying process. It'd be really cool if it did. But with the wall thicknesses being fairly even, it shouldn't be a problem. But it's also crotch wood. Lots of all that goes with that, with all the different grain directions and interlocking grain. I really like this wax buffing compound, and other folks who have used it really like it too, so hopefully in the very near future, and it may be, I think I've got some wax saved up. I was going to say maybe it'll be, after the springtime that I can make another batch and then have it available on in internet stores. I have a supply that's available in person. I guess I could post those too, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's just such a beautiful shimmer. Oh man. I think that got it. Not quite. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Take it out of the jam chuck, get rid of the tenon, do a little quick sanding with the 2-inch sanding disc. And that should be a done deal. So I'm going to take my saw. I like these flush cut saws for this because you can bend it and get away from. There we go, that's done. I've had, the reason I switched to that is I've had straight saws, with a spine on the back, and trying to cut too close, sometimes you'll clip parts of your piece that are already finished. And that's depressing. Okay, let's grab this guy. We are all set to take this off and sand it. Away we go. No, that can't be right. Oh, that's right. I swapped. I changed out. Dang it, where is it? Is that the same? I changed out air bits. And unfortunately, some of my tools have different connections on them. And I thought I'd gotten them all, but this one I apparently missed. trying to keep the sander moving as slow, rotating as slowly as possible. Because those little hard back discs can really cut into your timber if you're not careful. So there's that guy. Where did you go? There you are. And bring back the death towel for some padding. Oh, need a little bit more wax. And I can shut off that compressor. Hooray! Boop. Cool, man. This is a successful turning. I'm very happy. Very little work to do on it yet. Very, very little. Just have to get an extension for that little 2-inch sander, which I do have in my toolbox, so that I can reach the very bottom to get that tiny little nub right in there. Yeah, well, I don't know if you can even see that nub. I think you can. There's a tiny nub right in the center. And I can't quite get with the angles that I was working at. So that little 2-inch sander will work just fine. All right, cool. Very cool. So bring this back up. We can clean off that again. So I fogged it up. Blow off that stuff. And we're good to go. All right, I can now stop it. Go to the main camera. Turn that off. You know what? Let's go to this camera here. Maybe I get a better view. I don't know. It's kind of getting washed out by these LED lights. I hate LED lights. So you can see that bark inclusion. This bark inclusion and this are connected on the inside. Right in there. So it goes through, disappears, goes through on the inside, disappears, and then comes out there. So that's kind of a neat feature, I think. But that, there we have it turned, and I wish you could see the curl on this, but once it's dry and everything is finished, then I can take images of it and post that. But there we go. There's a hollow form turned, mostly with a spindle gouge, a 3-hour. I mean, it's not the most efficient on the big guys anyway. On the smaller forms that I do, it really doesn't take that long to hollow those out because there's just not a lot of mass to remove. So I can do, smaller little 3-inch hollow forms in like 45 minutes. This took a couple hours, but now I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as it dries. That is a really pretty piece of wood too. That's a pretty piece of timber. So let's wipe it down, get the dust off of it. That's going to go inside. And now I can, let's test the, oh yeah, it sits very nicely. I may even make like a lid for that. I don't know, maybe not. I like the way it looks. I may just leave it the way it is. So let's get rid of that light, move back to here. All right, put these wrench away. Groovy. So that was another successful wood turning Wednesday. I'm really, really pleased with this. I can feel the water weight in it, man. So we'll let this dry out. But I think that, let's see if I can get, yeah, so you can see the, man, it still washes it out pretty bad. Let's hold this up. Maybe this will help a little, because I want to see the outside profile of it. So I think that is a pleasing profile, and having the little bead there inside the neck is a nice little feature. And that is, you can see even the curl on the inside. That's curl on the inside and out. So that's a successful turn piece as far as I'm concerned. Actually, as far as a lot of people are concerned, probably. I'm really happy with it. So I've learned a couple of lessons today, which is awesome. Those I'll carry on. One of them being I'm not going to work in stuff this deep anymore without, well, I don't know. I got to figure out some other kind of, maybe if I can get like I can have a tool rest made with just like a T on the very bottom, so I could get the tool right up onto the bottom and not have any overhang. With this being at weird angles and stuff like that, maybe that's an idea. Maybe I'll see about getting somebody to weld me up something like that, and I'll give that a try. It doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be like 1.5 inches across, and that'll fit in most of the bigger hollow forms that I do. And I could get right on that bottom. Oh man, that's an idea. So we're going to explore that. So I've learned a few things today. That's really cool. I had a blast doing it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the broadcast. Not too many shudders from people out in the internet world, because there were a few catches on the inside, just because, well, it was all because of the angles that I just couldn't quite reach. But I was able to clean all those catches up, fortunately. The inside is really fairly clean. It's just that bottom nub I've got to get rid of. Couldn't quite get it, but maybe with that little T on the end of that tool rest, just maybe. I gotta explore that. So anyway, my name is Dave. I'm a wood turner. Thanks for joining me this evening. I did start this channel. I started turning as therapy for PTSD, but I started this channel over a year ago as a way to become a better teacher and a better demonstrator. And to become a better turner. I really enjoy teaching, and as an instructor of wood turning, when I'm working with other wood turners from beginners to advanced, the more I reiterate all those little pieces of the puzzle, because there's a lot, and depending on what tool you're working, like last night, turning a bowl with a skew, there's more to pay attention to doing that than doing with a bowl gouge. So there are so many pieces of the puzzle, and every single tool you have is not a unitasker if you don't let it be. I don't believe a unitasker, if it is like tits for the job. I mean, it is absolutely perfect. And there's a few out there that they have one job only, but they're absolutely perfect for it. That is a unitasker I like to have. But most of the tools that I have, I want to be able to do more than one. I don't want them to be one-trick ponies, because they're expensive in the first place. And second, there's got to be a way around some of this stuff, right? So I keep practicing, and I keep learning. And every single one of my tools is a multitasking tool now. Every single one of my turning tools is a multitasker, and I think that's really important with the price of everything, and the skill levels that you develop when you explore those things, I think is fantastic. And those are the things that I really enjoy teaching, not just ABCs and body positioning and dancing with the lathe and keeping things not rigid, right? There's no white knuckling here. I don't want to you don't want to let the lathe beat you up, or turning in any way to beat you up, because are you going to go turn? No. If you're feeling sore one day, or you're feeling trepidation, you're not going to go turn. So my best advice is to get proper instruction, and then work with practicing those things properly that you learn, and then and but the secret sauce, the whole thing, the secret sauce is practice, practice, practice. So you can get there. I'm getting there. I'm working my way past there. But it's something that I do for myself. I always want to push my own limits with stuff like this because I don't know, I might discover something really cool. I have discovered a few things pretty cool along the way, like top cutting and hollowing with a spindle gouge. I haven't seen anybody do that. It's something I had to figure out on my own. And now it's something I want to share with everybody. It's like, this is a really cool tool technique that you can use on smaller hollow forms. So you don't have to pull out all this big rig to get something hollow that's, 3-4 inches in diameter or less. You don't need to do that. If you want to, that's fine. But again, it's an expense of a tool that you can't use in most of the situations. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Some of the things that I like to teach. I like to show people, hey, if you practice with a bowl gouge, get good with it, and then move on to a spindle gouge. Practice with that, get good with it, and go back and forth, and then go on to something else and something else, and keep learning these skills. The skew, I think, is absolutely indispensable tool. It is in the scraper family, as far as I'm concerned, because of the way it's designed. It essentially is a negative rake scraper, but you're using it as a knife edge. So it's still in the scraper family as far as I'm concerned. And way back when wood turning was in its infancy and people were developing tools, I don't believe for a second that they would have, there might be one unitasker tool for a specific job that it can only do that job, but it's the only tool for that job. But in general, wood turning in its infancy, people were not rich. They were poor. They were artisans, and they were craftspeople. Might even been guild members, hundreds of years ago. So they had to make everything count, right? And all that building up to history today is gotten people to where they are now. And now there is, in the past, I don't know, 5-6 years. We're not counting COVID, the fake COVID shutdown. We're not challenging that. We're not including that. But there has been kind of an explosion of people really exploring limits of wood turning far more than it would have been years ago when it was a craft and a way to earn a living. Now you have artists like myself who are really trying to explore the boundaries and really do different things. So it's all over the place. And I think that's fantastic because there's so many facets to wood turning. And I'm just barely, I know, even after turning for, I guess, what is it, 8 years now, going on 9, I'm just scratching the surface. And that may be the way it is the rest of my life. I'm not gonna, who knows? I may not be. I'm a production turner every once in a while, but not full time. I'm an artist. I'm a wood turner. Like I say, I'm just a wood turner full time, right? That's what I like to. I really enjoy it. And I try to foster that in people too. So learning all those, and there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle, but learning a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, and practice, practice, practice brings those things together. And so I hope that if you haven't started your wood turning journey, you will. And if you have, it inspires you to explore. So thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you stay friendly. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope to see you again next week, Tuesday and Wednesday night, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please check out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/DaveReif. The link is in chat. It's also in my bio. You can catch all of the past broadcasts that you've missed. I gotta say, because it's a recent one. I gotta say, I should check them all out. But last night was fun, turning a bowl with a skew. That's all I used was skews. and I posted it on Instagram. I think it's really cool. But anyway, please like and subscribe. Thank you for any follows that you've given me. Please, I hope that you like and subscribe this one as well. That'll help you avoid the ads that play. And I hope to see you soon. So take care, folks. Thanks again.